Hey Reapers, welcome to episode 1 of Death God 924's SacredGold Nuzlocke Challenge. In this episode, I'm still doing a bit of training. I'm just about to start doing some training, sorry. This is post-recorded, voiceovers, so I'm stuck not knowing what's going on unless I'm watching through the video editor. But I'm not going to be cutting any footage. You're going to see all the training that I'm doing and everything. And yes, I did ask, I'm going to be asking my mom to save money for me later, because sometimes she does get really useful items. And you remember how I told you in the last video that I will end up getting an Eevee? Well, this is the episode, because within a short amount of time, if you don't do any actual training, unlike I did, you will be getting an Eevee, the same level as your starter. But I did some training because I didn't want any possibility of losing to my rival, who I gave him an interesting name. His name is Leslie, and it's spelled in an interesting way. You'll see later. But I had fun doing all these battles, because it was good for me to see how strong my Pokemon was. And at the current moment, Chikorita isn't too strong. Can't even hit a Starly. But then again, Starlies are very good late game when they evolve. So I was thinking of maybe getting a Starly and a Zubat, but I think I'm just going to stick to the Zubat because of Crobat. But I may decide to get a Starly instead. I'll figure that out later. So I'm essentially going through only part of the first two routes. Of course, the first route I'm going all the way through, but the second route I'm not going all the way through because I'm not ready to head to the third town yet. I'll be passing through the second town because where you gotta go after you get your first Pokemon, you gotta go through the second town. And I'll be avoiding a lot of battles with the poison types that you find later, because I don't want my Pokemon getting poisoned, because they aren't exactly too good yet. So I avoid the possible poison point ability users, except for this one, obviously. Morphle has more of a chance of having another ability, but there's still the chance of it having poison point. But since I could have gone right to the to Professor Elm's lab to heal back up real quick, I decided I'd just go through this battle anyway. And in case you didn't read the description of the first video, a Nuzlocke challenge is, if your Pokemon faints, they are considered dead. So you must release them when the first opportunity arises. And other rules include you can only catch the first Pokemon on that route, unless you use the Dupe's Claws, which I am using. And I'm not setting a limit for my Dupe's Claws, unlike some other YouTubers. So if I have a Pokemon of that same species, I will be able to not count that as my wild encounter for that route. So it'll give me a better chance of getting more of a variety of Pokemon. And another rule is all Pokemon must be nicknamed. I decided I was gonna go to with a theme after last video, and my theme that I decided was YouTubers that I know of. First, obviously, is Maryland. He is a great YouTuber. He inspired me to use 2 different Pokemon on my current Pokemon Platinum playthrough. There's Gallade and Crobat, as I explained before. They are great Pokemon. Munching Orange, he's doing a Nuzlocke of this too, I do believe, but he's doing it in a little bit of a different way. And we're probably not going to have the exact same Pokemon, but I know for sure we're going to have 2 of the same Pokemon at least, because I already planned this ahead, and I decided I was going to use a Charmander and a Glaceon, because first gym in Johto, sorry about that, mixed up the regions. The first gym in Johto is Flying type, and as you should know, Ice types are super effective against Flying types, and also super effective against Dragon types, which is the last gym in the Johto region, and plus Lance is a Dragon trainer, so I'd have a bit of trouble with him without an Ice type. And Glaceon is by far the best evolution in my opinion, besides like either Espeon or Umbreon. Those are pretty close, but I love Glaceon. Glaceon, if I would have to say anything, it's more majestic than the other evolutions. So I'm going to be using Glaceon, and I was gonna just play it regularly, but then when I realized when I saw that I could actually record it, I restarted my game. So you guys are a bit lucky that I did that for you. But I was already using a Glaceon, and that thing was overpowered. And sadly, since I'm using an emulator, I'm stuck not being able to trade Pokemon to get evolutions. So I won't be using any Pokemon that you need to trade to evolve permanently, because they're usually pretty crappy. But as you can see, I'm gonna be going to the second route soon. And until I get the Pokeballs, none of the encounters on any of the route, except for the Eevee that I'll be getting on this route, will count as any encounters. So I'll be getting the first route encounter later in another episode. And then after that, I'll continue on going, and I'll check out the Dark Cave and hope to get a Zubat. I don't really want a Dunsparce because they aren't very good, but the chances of finding them aren't very high either, so it doesn't really matter. So I probably won't be getting a Dunsparce, probably. And I might end up getting a Graveler, but I'm not going to use it for any longer than I have to. I'm going to try to keep 6 Pokemon in my party at all times, but when I find a Pokemon that's better than my Geodude, I'm going to be getting rid of my Geodude. And in my opinion, Onix is not better. Sure, it's faster, but it doesn't evolve if you don't trade it. And in a minute you'll see me getting the Eevee. I name him M.O., but I'm just gonna call him Mo. I named him after Munching Orange, the other YouTuber doing a Nuzlocke challenge for this. And as you've been seeing, I've been running away from the Kakunas and the Weedles. I don't want to fight them. I don't like them. They are evil. But I will be fighting them in the next. I'll be fighting some in the next episode. So, if I don't get poisoned, I'll be really lucky, because usually for me, if I get hit by poison type attack, I'll usually tend to get poisoned. And sorry, it's like 10:35 when I'm doing this voiceover, so if you hear me yawn, it's because I'm a bit tired. But I do a little bit of more level grinding after I get the Eevee and after I talk to Mr. Pokemon and Mr. Oak. Well, Professor Oak, sorry about that. And I raise up my Eevee's level. Sure, he doesn't get really any more powerful except for levels, but he has an amazing ability. And I was checking something during the pauses, so sorry about those sudden pauses sometimes. But I'm pretty sure it won't be happening as often. But I'll try to get up at least 3 videos of this up a week. And if you enjoy it, leave a like, maybe a comment. And if you don't like it, just stop watching. It's not gonna matter to me. I'm not expecting to get big, but it's something that I thought would be fun. And I know at least one of my subscribers loves Pokemon, so I thought it'd be cool for him. And I love the fact that you can get Eevee so early, because getting any type you want, essentially, this early on is an amazing thing to have for a chance. So, I'm really lucky for this, and Eevee is a boss. Mo is a boss. In a few, like, because of his ability called adaptability, the same moves that, if a move is the same type he is, it's increased in power. And I'm putting him in front because he's only level 5. And I always keep all my Pokemon on the same level. See, adaptability. Powers up moves of the same type. I go back and check it later because I forgot to actually check it. And I will be moving Tackle up to the top because I don't use moves like Tail Whip or a Helping Hand. I get rid of those moves. I go for mainly attacking moves. And so Mo is going to be really useful during the first gym and the last. And so he's going to be fun to use, but don't evolve him after level 13 into Glaceon, because at level 14 13 or 14, Glaceon learns Ice Shard, or was it Icy Wind? It's one of those two, sorry, I'm a bit confused. So, but don't evolve Glaceon after those levels. Evolve it, your best bet is to evolve it at level 12. So, my suggestion would be doing that. And also, this one is the harder version of Sacred Gold. All the gym leaders, I do believe, have 6 Pokemon. So, my team is not, so I'm going to be a little bit underhanded. Well, not underhanded, well, not under anything, but I'm not going to have the same amount. I'm going to have a lot less Pokemon than the gym leaders for a little bit, because of how I'm planning on doing it. But I am fairly certain that I will be having fun during this, because I love this kind of thing. It's fun. and I hope you'll be enjoying it too. And as you can see, Metapod's hardens can't really do much. But it finally did get enough defense to stand up for another hit, but this one's gonna kill it, I do believe. Remember, this is all post-recorded, so I can't remember exactly what happened. But yeah, it died, so I'm happy about that. As I said, Mo is a boss. Sure, he's not one-hitting anything yet, but later on he'll be one-shotting level 3 Starlies at level 7 or 8, I do believe. Not sure which one of those two. Sure, it's not a big accomplishment, but it's still awesome to see. Because so far, obviously, none of my Pokemon have one-shotted anything. And so I do believe that he levels up right here. Yep, I am correct. He doesn't learn anything. And then I'm gonna be doing some more grinding, I do believe. Maybe. Unless I'm going directly to fight my rival. Sorry, I'm making so many turns I can't remember exactly which way to go. But yeah, I'm going in to heal my Pokemon, so that I'm ready for whatever I'm doing next. Sorry, as I said before, I can't exactly remember because this is all post-recorded, and it took a long time to get this all uploaded so that way I could combine all the videos. This is being done using YouTube editor, video editor. And this video will be public while I'm making all episode parts that I'm uploading, so that way I can make each episode private. And yep, as I originally thought I was going to be going to level 7 before I decided to fight him. And as you'll see after he levels up, I'll be keeping Mo in the front, because I keep whatever Pokemon is in the keep whatever Pokemon has more health in the front, unless the other Pokemon is a level or 2 behind. Then I'll switch it. So that's how I usually do it. And then for the gyms, of course, I'm gonna be trying to keep it nice and orderly. But I can't guarantee anything. But I'm sure I'll have a lot of fun with it. It's gonna be interesting for me to actually have you guys watching this. I'm sorry these will be longer videos, but if you want to see some good ideas for what to do in Pokemon, this might be a good set of videos for you to watch, because usually I do pretty well in Pokemon. But this is my first Nuzlocke challenge I've ever done. I haven't even done one unrecorded. But, so you guys are seeing my first one. And I don't remember all of the levels of the gym leader's Pokemon, so I'll be doing a lot of level grinding. You won't be watching all of it, but I'm only gonna be doing Pokemon like 2 or 3 levels weaker than mine, as to make sure that my Pokemon won't die right away. Because I don't want to lose them, because, as I said, Glaceon's going to be really useful. But the first 2 gyms are going to hate Maryland, because Maryland's a grass type. And the first 2 gyms are Flying and Bug. And I also gotta watch out during the 3rd gym battle for the normal type gym, for Whitney's Miltank. Rollout is annoying. Sorry you had to hear that. That was my phone's ringtone going off for texts. And so I'm about to go fight my rival. Not sure if I can't remember if I fight him completely or just... Oh yeah, I do believe I show you the full fight, but I skip ahead. I skip the part where I get to the town because I don't feel like making you watch all that. Because it's not exactly entertaining. But it's interesting. So I am just gonna two-shot this Cyndaquil because I'm 2 levels above it, and Mo is a boss. And that will be the end of that battle, and then I'll just continue running on over to the town, one-shotting Starlies, and then get assumed that I'm a thief by a cop, which will be fun, but not really much I can do about it. But yeah, I decided to name him Leslie, with